Howdy folks. This is my post-op video. I had surgery last Tuesday, so if you haven't seen my previous video, to which I will make this a video response, you should watch that one first, otherwise you won't know why I'm having the same surgery again. The surgery went pretty well on Tuesday morning, as far as I know. I was asleep. And they took Larry out. I did get to go home pretty much right after I woke up, so that was good. I spent the rest of Tuesday at home with my boyfriend and just kind of chilling and taking it easy. And yeah, so that was cool. Wednesday I went to school, and at the end of the school day I started feeling so sick. I was so sick. It was terrible. I was just like dizzy and nauseous, and I felt like I was going to pass out right there in class. And I called the doctor, and he told me to drink some Gatorade and lie down. So I did, and eventually I fell asleep, I guess. Thursday night I got really sick again, and I ended up in the emergency room. And they didn't do that much for me. They gave me IV fluids because I was dehydrated, and they gave me some nausea medication in my IV, so that was cool. Eventually I went home. I saw some more doctors, all this stuff. Blah. The upshot of it is, nobody knows why I'm dizzy. I'm just dizzy a lot. And I have been for a week, more than a week now. It's getting better. I thought I was getting better over the weekend, and I was doing great on Sunday morning. I didn't get to take the GRE, the physics GRE, on Saturday morning, which really sucked. I planned to, but I was just too sick. I didn't want to go. On Sunday morning I was feeling good, and then I got ready to leave the house, and just BAM! So dizzy. I felt so sick the rest of the day. I finally went back to school this Wednesday, so that would be yesterday. I went back to school yesterday and today, and it's been okay. I think I am really getting better now. I haven't had any major relapses since Sunday. I just kind of get dizzy occasionally. So yeah, hopefully whatever it is resolving itself. They put me on medication for the day. Well, they put me on lots of medication. So what I first thought it was a reaction to the painkillers. I was on hydrocodone, and I thought it was a reaction to that. But I stopped taking that on Wednesday, and I've still been dizzy for a week, so that's not all of it. They put me on this meclizine for dizziness, and I really like the side effects that are listed on the back of the medication. See that? The third side effect may cause dizziness. That's right. The medication they gave me for dizziness may cause dizziness. I'm doing better now, though. I am able to go back to school and almost kind of to drive myself places. I originally had a drainage tube in it about this long, just stuck right in there, and you know, just blood and goo and all sorts of stuff was coming out of it, so I had to have all these bandages and gauze on my neck for a few days. But that was out. Most of my stitches were dissolvable stitches. I had one that the doctor took out a couple days ago. It's hard to see really well because the doctor did such a good job sewing it up, but basically this scabby part back here is where the tube stuck out, and then the rest of it goes down to about here. And it's a little bit swollen underneath, but hopefully it's not starting to come back already. It is a lymphangioma, which is kind of a, I don't know, I was reading up on it a little bit and I wasn't exactly clear what happened. I'm not sure anybody is clear on what happens, but it's something that goes wrong with your lymph nodes and your lymph vessels. Somehow one part of it gets kind of detached from the system, and the lymph just kind of all pools up in there, and it swells into this big thing, this big cyst. And people get them in their neck a lot, and it shows a preference for the left side, so it's not that surprising that it turned up on the left side of my neck. The thing that is surprising is that it's supposed to be congenital, which means you're born with it. And I think the numbers are something like 90% of all lymphangiomas show up before you turn 5 or 3. They really show up in babies and very young children. So I guess I'm just part of that weird 10% that get lymphangiomas when they're older. Mine first showed up when I was 22, so who knows. It's nice to have a diagnosis. That's kind of the good news, is that it's It's totally benign. It's not cancer. It never turns into cancer unless you just blast it with radiation, so you shouldn't do that. The bad news is that lymphangiomas do tend to recur. If you don't cut them out, they just keep growing and they get bigger and bigger. And if they're in your neck, then eventually they interfere with things like breathing and getting blood to your brain and all of these things that are necessary for existence. So, hopefully Larry 2 will be the last Larry, and I will not have to have any more surgery on my neck. Thanks to everybody who left me happy thoughts and good wishes on the last video, especially those of you who sent them backwards in time. That was great. I did get them during the surgery, apparently, because I came out of it okay. And yeah, there's my Larry scar. Larry 2 is gone again. And, well, Larry 2 is gone. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Bye, kids.